Mike's Daily Podcast.
episode 2003. You know, there was a time on this podcast where I would say,
Mike's Daily Podcast.
What was going on musically in a particular year. And now I cannot tell you. I cannot. Oh no, my website is down. This is horrible. Oh, this just shoots my podcast in the foot. Because I like to tell you to go to my Mike's Daily Podcast show. It's got me all afoot.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
A-fluttered. Okay, well, it's episode 2003. And so, generally, I would talk about
Daily
what happened. But
Podcast.
Early 2000s to me is Fergie, is Three Doors Down. What else is in there? Hoobastank. What's the band out of Calabasas? Oh, the one with the Incubus. Thank you. Green Day, a little bit of Green Day here, a little bit of Green Day there. I cannot tell you anybody else. Oh, do 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 that song. Usher. Listen, I need your help, and I need my website people's help. Dang, that is not good. 406 not acceptable. Wow, I gotta make a call. Why does it have to be 406? What do all these things mean? I don't get it. Why? Folks, I'm a little bit happier today because today is my last day of getting up at 4 in the morning, which actually was more like 2 in the morning because, let's just say certain people in my household don't quite understand that there's a guy that gets up at 4 in the house. And that includes my dog, who doesn't quite understand that either. Will wake me up.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Shoot. I hope my website is up by the time you try and see today's podcast picture. Hey, by the way, thanks for calling 336MM Daily and wishing me congratulations on getting into the 2000s. You're so awesome for calling me and saying that and congratulating me. How thoughtful. I'm being facetious. No one called. No one. Wah. The podcast picture today, I think we'll go back 4 years ago to a time where I was at Half Moon Bay yet again with Basil the boxer. Yes. It was a beautiful day. And I think Basil and I have not walked all the way to this rocky area of Half Moon Bay. It's quite a walk to get there if you start down at Poplar Beach. I think I'll post a picture from there. It's so nice with the rocks and the water. Oh, we had such a fun day. Oh, I wish I was there right now. That should be said after every single time I post a podcast picture. I wish I was there right now. Because we have been to some fun areas, Basil and I. And he was running, and he was happy. And we stopped at Hot Dogma. I remember that 4 years ago. Let's see. This is how much they charged back then for a beer. 13 ounces of beer. They did have... for a 16 ounce, there was a $5 beer. That was some kind of pale ale or something. But then, of course, the prices go up from there about what you'll spend. But this is 4 years ago prices. They're probably the cheapest thing they sell is $8. But they've moved from that location where they were in Half Moon Bay. Hey, I need to go to the brewery that Addendum with Kevin works at. I hope things are going there. We need to get a report from him and find out how the COVID-19 is affecting him. Because everything is empty, as you know. However, my lovely lady friend discovered that this one particular place that serves Italian food, it's like really bad Italian. I mean, it's fast food Italian food. in Podcastro Valley. I'm not going to say their name, but if you just heard that last sentence I said, you know what it is. And it's a franchise in the Bay Area. Anywho, there was a cool pasta, kind of to-go pasta place called Nothing But Noodles in Huntsville, Alabama, which I rather enjoyed. And it wasn't just Italian noodles. They, like, encompassed all noodles. Like, Asian-type noodle, like, ramen. And they made, like, macaroni and cheese. So they kind of went American, Asian, Italian. Anybody who made some kind of a pasta, any kind of nation that was able to create magic with a little bit of egg and flour and everything else they do, and they roll it up or put it through a thing. I don't know how they make pasta. Did they boil it? Something like that. Bagels they boil. That freaks me out. Donuts they fry. And that's about all the educational stuff I have for today's podcast. And beer is made with barrels of some sort. Beer. Yeah. So, at any rate, what are we talking about? I got a little confused. It's a mess.
A mess. It's a mess.
My podcast today is such a mess. But I thank you for listening to it. Part of the reason why my podcast is a mess is because my website is down. You don't know how unnerving that is.
Donuts.
Oh, yeah, back to that. Donuts. So good. But, yeah, everything's to go now. And yesterday, I lamented about the restaurant industry and how much is being lost there. And now you've probably heard a billion stories since then about that. And back to Italians. You probably heard about the Italian mayors that were so angry at people going outside. And they're shouting in Italian. And I have no idea what they're saying. I can't... Like, Spanish, I can pick up a word or two. But, Latin's the base language of both those languages. And yet I cannot understand Italian at all, what they were saying. But they were mad. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont, today. They were so angry because people went out and they wanted to enjoy, get a little fresh air. What are you doing? Why are you going outside? This one guy kept saying, he kept calling people incontinent dogs. What? How? Isn't that offensive, Basil? Yes. How dare he say that? He can't help it. So, Trump wants to get us back rolling by Easter. He's given us a deadline to stop being sick and coughing and all that. Hey, Greta, what's her name? Greta, the lady named Greta on C-SPAN hosting Washington Journal. She has been on for like the past 3 days. Is she locked in that studio? What's happening? I'm worried. Is she getting fresh food? She's probably been quarantined to that studio. There is a little caveat that a lot of companies are doing where they say, we need a survivor. Someone who will just stay at the particular location all of the time and never go home. Who is that person? It used to be possible for me to be that person. I can't be that person anymore. But some people have that luxury where they can just stay at work all the time. Gosh, it's like you're in a spaceship and you're flying to another planet. And you got to be at your job for however many years it takes to get to that planet. Can't leave. You're on your way to Mars. Sorry. I have a lot to talk about today because there's hope in my soul that I don't have to get up this early anymore for a couple of days, hopefully, if everybody freaking steps up and does their job. And that is the media. The media seems to be wearing on a lot of people's nerves lately because it is so much gloom and doom.
Huge.
Oh, wait, we didn't want that one.
You are fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
But and this is the thing I'd like to tell you, a little bit of advice to you today, is that you've got to take it with a grain of salt. And I've said this before, but still, in today's climate, it is so much. 15,000 people infected, 17 billion people infected, 18 gazillion people infected, and the number of people dying from this is crazy. Now, Prince Charles has the disease. Will he recover? Hopefully. They're saying he's doing well, despite showing symptoms, but he's self-quarantined. But this is the thing, is that the media is being criticized, and I think justly so. I don't know if you've ever been at anywhere where there is media. I am sort of in a glorified journalistic business myself, as I waved air quotes around. It's pretty cool. They were all over the place.
Oh, my.
Air quotes. So the thing is that so many people in media, they are not the Edward R. Murrows, the people that went into war with a camera and a microphone and interviewed soldiers on the front line. These are not those type of people. A lot of these people covering the coronavirus are, oh God, they are like, oh. When you get behind the scenes with them, they're like, oh. They're just so scared, and they're like little frightened little rabbits, and they got no. There's no... I'm just telling you, a lot of journalists in today's world, they're all about making themselves look nice, making themselves sound good on the radio, on the television. But they're vapid and scared, frightened little... But no, what's the other animal I'm trying to think of? The one that's like it's kind of a bird? Maybe a frightened bird, I don't know. Cafe, I don't know. Cafe anyway. God, that goes on a long time. All right. Stop. Enough of that. So, to all of these things that are irking me today, the website that doesn't work, the journalists that are so... the things like that and all the other stuff that's frustrating you today. Shall we just blow it up outside a cafe anyway?
Right.
Okay, here we go. All right, gone. Let's move forward. And thank you for listening to FF episode 2003. I think today... Is my website back yet? Let me see if my website's back. It's back! Woo! Woo!
What is the matter with you?
My website's back. I'm so happy my website's back. Thank you, website, for being back. Oh, we got to play this real quick, because the one cool thing about doing Mike's Daily Podcast from this particular location in Podcastro Valley, Vermont, and am I really that famous? Is that I have access to sound effects like and little cuts like this.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
No, I'm not coming in tomorrow. I am not. Is that okay, Matthew?
All right.
Excellent. Yay! I'm so glad I'm not coming in tomorrow. And I pity the fool who has to come in tomorrow, but that's okay. It's been great doing today's show, because this show is about me.
This show is about me, and it always has been.
But now it's about these guys. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing? How about my horse today, Nilly? Oh, hi, Nilly. Is Nilly okay? Yeah, Nilly doesn't have the COVID-19. Good. Look who else is here. Whoa.
Sorry, hey, it's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
Yeah, I didn't bring my horse today, but I brought some cattle, some cows. Get along, little doggy.
Wow. Why'd you bring cows here?
Are you crazy?
Listen, but thank you for stopping by with your cows. Cows are like big dogs, I've noticed. Only they're They do have the very large things they leave behind. The excrement. Hey, so anywho, one more person here.
Oh, Mike, I make the delicious root beer. Have some right now. I'll cut you over.
Thank you. There we go. Oh, I dropped the glass. Oh, it came back.
Yeah, it's a new kind of a rubber glass I made. Oh, boy.
Excellent. And this root beer will help me fight against the coronavirus?
All right, whatever. Okay, oh, boy.
Excellent. All right, that's it for the sound effects. I know the show's better with a bunch of stupid sound effects, but you can see the podcast picture now at MikesDailyPodcast.com and see the picture of our old Basil the Boxer, the picture that was yesterday. And you can call me at 336MM Daily. That's 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews Daily, as in what this podcast will try to continue to be, because we've been doing it now, well, steady, uninterrupted for over a week. And we are in the 2000s. Oh, real quick. Dang, I've been wanting to get to this. All of these emails that you've been getting from people saying, here's an important update. Like, okay, Xfinity, Comcast.
Together, we find ourselves in an extraordinary situation with COVID-19. In the past few weeks, I don't know why I'm doing my Carl Sagan voice. In the past few weeks, things have moved very quickly, and this pandemic is affecting all of our communities, our families, and our very special way of life. We are here to help you.
Oh, come on. Thank you for showing that you care. But everybody is sending these stupid emails. Like, Oh, and then this is the confusing one. East Bay Regional Park District. Parks and trails are open to the public, but building and facilities are closed. And then people that have gone to outdoor activities allowed, such as walking, hiking, and running, even though the shelter-in-place order is on, as long as specific social distancing requirements are followed. I was told somebody actually got a ticket because they were not, there was no social distancing, there's weird stuff going on with this, but their press release also says, due to minimal staffing, bathrooms and water fountains will not be available. Okay. Wow. So that's the fun you get. Bay Regional Park District is like one of the biggest regional park districts in the entire universe, apparently. And I don't know if that's exactly true, but yeah. You say quarantine, I say chloroquine. That's the email I got from Dig, D-I-G-G. And let's see. Yeah, so these messages. That's all. This is a special message from the people that make your shoelaces. We are trying everything we can to make sure to keep your shoelaces completely uninfected because we care about you. This show brought to you by Harry's Shoelaces. Next show it'll be the wonderful Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. Call me with your crazy emails that you've gotten from people trying to act like they care. 336MM Daily, 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews Daily as in what this podcast will try to be over the next couple of days, weeks, years. And somebody also told me about taking the song from Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. Mama just killed a man, didn't stay inside my bed. I walked by him, now he's dead. Mama, life was so much fun, but now I've caught this unforgiving plague. Okay, that's creative. All right. Thank you, memes.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!